The world's top female golfer just dropped a statement that left Scottie Scheffler completely speechless. And no, this isn't about an injury, a shocking scandal, or taking a break from sport. What she shared was raw, genuine, and profoundly human, so much so that even the calmest, most composed golfer on the planet had to stop and truly take it in.
To end the season, then with a win from the world #1, Jeeno Thitikul.
Incredible. I mean, like, incredible, extremely happy for sure to be able to, defend the titles.
And an unreal par save on 14.
That is a great looking shot. Pretty much what she did last year.
Help, sure. Don't think she can carry that right bunker today.
Jeeno Thitikul goes back-to-back at the CME Group Tour Championship. Playing like there was never a doubt.
You need to hear this, because what she said isn't just another headline. It changes the way we look at success forever. Before I reveal her words, let me ask you something. Can you be a multimillionaire champion, standing at the very top of your sport, and still feel completely empty inside? It sounds impossible, right? But stay with me, because the answer might surprise you more than you think. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. And if you're new here, trust me, you're in the right place. Today, we're diving into one of the most genuine, most emotional, and most human moments professional golf has given us in years. But before we get into it, make sure you smash that subscribe button and hit the notification bell, because stories like this don't come around every day, and you'll want to hear every single word of this one. If you somehow don't know her name yet, you're about to. At just 22 years old, this Thai superstar is dominating the LPGA Tour in a way that feels almost unreal. She's the world's #1 female golfer, a walking highlight reel, a championship machine, and a record-breaking phenom. And the craziest part? She makes it all look effortless. This isn't hyperbole. We're talking about a multi-million-dollar athlete who has already reached the absolute peak of her sport before most people even figure out who they are in life. She's won the biggest tournaments, broken records, collected trophies, and lived out every dream a young golfer imagines. Talent? Check. Fame? Check. Money? Absolutely. On paper, she has it all. Yet, despite having everything that so many people dream about, she recently admitted something that stopped the entire golf world in its tracks. In a rare and deeply honest interview, Jeeno Thitikul opened up about her life off the course, about what it's really like living thousands of miles away from home in America, constantly under the spotlight, and carrying the weight of immense expectations. What she said was simple, but the power behind it was enormous. She revealed that no matter how long she stays in the United States, no matter how successful she becomes, it never truly feels like home. Think about that for a second. Someone who has achieved everything most people dream of, someone who seems untouchable, unbeatable, and on top of the world, is quietly admitting that something deep inside is missing. She's homesick. She misses her family. She misses her culture, and she misses being herself. Not the world #1, not the superstar, just Jeeno. And this is where Scottie Scheffler comes into the story. When Scottie heard about Jeeno's comments, it struck a chord with him, and that's significant. Scottie Scheffler is known as one of the calmest, most mentally steady athletes in golf. A man who dominates the PGA Tour not through brashness, but with humility, faith, and laser focus. Someone who constantly reminds others about perspective, balance, and remembering what truly matters. For him, hearing Jeeno speak so openly wasn't a moment of judgment. It was a moment of admiration. Sources close to Scottie shared that he was deeply impressed by Jeeno's honesty. He didn't see it as weakness. He saw courage, emotional maturity, and a kind of inner strength that doesn't appear on any leaderboard. Scottie reportedly said that understanding who you are outside of golf is what keeps you strong on the course, and Jeeno, at just 22 years old, already understands that. That awareness, that sense of self beyond trophies and rankings, is what separates great athletes from generational legends. For Scottie, this wasn't just a passing story. It was deeply relatable. He's often spoken about how easy it is for golf or any sport to consume your entire identity if you let it. Success, he says, doesn't shield you from loneliness, from the pressure, or from the emotional weight of expectations. Hearing Jeeno articulate this reminded him that even at the pinnacle, athletes are human first and champions second. Jeeno's journey is remarkable not just because of her victories, but because of what she sacrificed to get there. While most kids were worrying about school, friends, or the typical teenage anxieties, Jeeno was traveling the world, carrying immense expectations, and building a career under pressure few adults can even imagine. She became the youngest winner of a professional golf tournament in history, not just breaking records, but redefining what was possible at her age. At just 19, she turned professional, skipping the college experience entirely. No campus life, no normal transition into adulthood. She jumped straight into the pressure cooker of elite professional sport. When asked what she would have studied in college, Jeeno laughed and said she would pick the easiest classes just to experience the social side of it. People chuckled, but Scottie immediately understood the deeper meaning behind her words. Jeeno sacrificed a normal childhood and young adult life to take care of those she loves and to chase her dreams. And this leads us to the core reason she keeps pushing herself: family. Jeeno has said it herself, she isn't playing just for trophies or rankings. She's playing for her parents, her sister, and her family. Back in Thailand, people depend on her. Walking away from the sport simply isn't an option. She has already earned over $13 million in prize money, and she uses that success to support her family. That's her motivation, her purpose, her why. When Scottie learned this, he immediately felt a connection. He understands what it's like to play for something bigger than yourself, to stay grounded while the world continually tells you how incredible you are. Scottie has always preached that when your priorities are clear, pressure loses its power. Jeeno embodies this principle fully. She approaches her career with focus and determination, but she never loses sight of her roots. One story illustrates this perfectly. After winning the biggest prize in women's golf history, a staggering $4 million, Jeeno didn't talk about luxury cars or mansions. Instead, she expressed concern about wanting to go to Disney World and worried about the cost of tickets, hotels, and parking. Imagine that. The world's #1 multi-million-dollar female athlete, stressing over Disney prices like any typical 22-year-old. Scottie reportedly smiled when he heard that, saying, "That's exactly how athletes should think. Stay humble, stay real, never forget where you came from." That humility, that authenticity, is exactly what makes Jeeno Thitikul so special. Her honesty doesn't make her weak, it makes her powerful. It makes her relatable. It makes her someone both fans and fellow champions admire. Scottie Scheffler, who understands the pressures of elite golf more than most, recognizes that understanding your deeper purpose makes you a better competitor. And Jeeno has that clarity already. At an age when most people are still figuring out who they are and what they want from life. But make no mistake, Jeeno isn't slowing down. She's not retiring. She's not stepping away. And she's certainly not letting the pressures of fame or homesickness dictate her path. If anything, she is more dominant than ever. She crushed the 2024 season, including that record-breaking $4 million win, showing the world that she's focused, motivated, and unstoppable. But amid all the trophies, prize money, and headlines, she's giving us something even rarer, a glimpse behind the curtain, a reminder that even champions miss home. And Scottie Scheffler's admiration only amplifies how powerful this story truly is. The lessons from Jeeno's story are profound. You can chase massive dreams and still feel homesick. You can love what you do and still experience loneliness. Success doesn't erase your roots. Authenticity will always be stronger than perfection. It's a lesson not just for athletes, but for anyone striving to excel under pressure. It's a reminder that human emotions don't disappear just because you've made it. And in sharing her struggles so openly, Jeeno gives fans and fellow athletes alike the courage to admit their own vulnerabilities. In the end, Jeeno's journey isn't just about winning tournaments or breaking records. It's about the strength of character it takes to balance greatness with humanity. She's showing the world that it's possible to be an elite competitor and still miss home, to still worry about ordinary things like Disney tickets, and to never forget the people who matter most. That combination of brilliance, humility, and emotional honesty is what separates the legends from the simply successful. So here's the takeaway. Chasing greatness doesn't mean losing yourself. Homesickness doesn't mean weakness. Success doesn't have to erase your authenticity. And in Jeeno Thitikul, the world sees a young woman who embodies all of this, dominating her sport while staying true to herself and her roots. That is a lesson every athlete, every dreamer, every human being can learn from. If this story inspired you, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss moments like this. And in the comments, let me know, have you ever chased a dream far from home? Remember, missing home while chasing greatness doesn't make you weak, it makes you human.